Now I'm almost ready to start creating some stuff. There's one more couple of things I want to do now. One, I want to make sure my settings are set properly. Okay, so we're going to go over a few of them. One, if you're on the machines in class, you're working on a nice machine that has a decent video card in it, you want to make sure in your camera view that you're set to renderer viewport 2.0. Okay. And this just means it's going to draw really fast. It'll use your video card. You'll get some nice bells and whistles later, like lighting and nice materials that'll actually show up properly. So that's the first thing. The next thing is we're going to go to Windows, Settings and Preferences. And first we're going to go to Preferences. Okay. And I'm just going to check a few things and make sure they're set up okay. So interface is okay. Let's go to, all that's good. Let's go to settings. And for film, we have a different ones. For film, I'm just going to set this, or time, I'm going to set this, make sure it's at 24 frames per second. So times 24 frames per second. We'll adjust these later. One of the big things I want to do inside of here is go to my undos. So under settings, undo, I change the Q to infinite. And what this means is you have infinite undos. It uses more memory, but you'll thank me later when you make a mistake that was like you did 51 or 52 moves earlier. And then this is just makes it for infinite, which is nice. So you want to make sure that that is set. And now I'll go back into Windows, Settings and Preferences. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go to, let's not do it there. Let's go to the render settings. So the render settings is how we're going to render things out. We'll talk more about this later, but just so we can start to work, we'll just set it up early. And that's this little icon right here. It looks like a director's clipboard with a little gear at the bottom right. And when I click on that, it opens up my render settings. So for this project, image format, we're going to render out, let's render out as a, actually we'll adjust that. Instead of Arnold renderer, we're going to do Maya hardware. So render using Maya hardware 2.0, the same, it's here. We'll talk about the differences later, don't worry about that. Now image format, I have more options. And let's actually do a PNG. That'll save us a little bit of space, and it still has alpha channels. Okay. Camera we'll adjust later. Presets. HD 1080. So we're going to be doing this in HD resolution. You don't want to touch anything else down here, just HD 1080. And then for right now, that's all we need. Okay, we'll adjust these other things later. So, one other thing. Frame animation extension, we're going to change this to name.number.extension. So that's name.numbersign.extension. and make it a frame padding. Make sure it's a frame padding of 4. And we'll adjust. We don't know how long the animation would be, so we'll just keep this open right now, but that's what we'll do. PNG, image format, frame animation extension name dot number dot extension, frame padding of 4. And what that basically means is that when we start rendering frames, it's going to put zeros in front of the frames. Instead of like 1, 2, 3, it'll be 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 2, and so on. Close. File. Save preferences. And now it's going to save those preferences for us. And now we're ready to start working.